Hello, Ripjaws here, back with another video. Today we have another Ben 10 showcase. Today's showcase is on Wildvine from the reboot, Overflow from the reboot, Heatblast from the original series, and Ripjaws from the original series. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, to start off with Wildvine, nothing much has changed really. All I did was add lines to his torso on his sculpted chest pad, made his mouth, and painted on some details on his legs and fixed the upper part of his head. Where he had a little chip right there, I fixed that up and painted over it. I'm still missing a few details on him, which is the light green hood thing around the neck and his balls on the back of his, the pods on the back of his back. And I'm planning to make this in a glossy paint. Like, not glossy paint, but planning to make it glazed. So I'm going to get those probably next time, maybe, and I will go from there. Or I'll just keep this how it is, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, all I did was add like 5 lines right here, 4 lines right here. Made the omnitrix in white, painted a white dot. Give him his mouth. I got rid of that smirking expression and gave him more of an open mouth like he has in the show, but unfortunately it's too shifted over. Shifted over a little bit to the side too much, but still, you can still tell it's Wildvine. He is an alien from the series, so like, I know it's an excuse, but like, it still looks pretty good, I would say. He has his mouth open like he does in some screenshots. And he does have some free lines on his legs just to indicate that he is a plant. But yeah, that's it for Wildvine. Let's move on to Overflow. Alright, so Overflow is just roughly the same as Wildvine. He was made at the same time period as Wildvine, 2018-2019. But he didn't have these blue dots and the white omnitrix. I'm planning to paint his eyes in spring green. But I gave him a white omnitrix instead of a green one. He has the blue dots for the water. On his arms, and on his tubes, on his head and his torso. Painting the omnitrix in white and black. Other than that, nothing has changed besides it going on mostly all 4 sides for the most part. The dots were really hard to make because I had to get them the right size and I had to make them look like water without overdoing it. Yeah, that's it for Overflow. Let's move on to Heatblast. For this Heatblast design, I'm not taking any credit at all. This is heavily inspired off of Wavy Films. I'm not going to say anything else besides rest in peace, he was a really good guy. But here's Heatblast. His legs are a different design than Wavy's, but like everything else is really a direct copy. For the most part, he even has it sculpted on the hands, and the head is pretty similar too. The only thing that's different is that this is painted and this is painted. The omnitrix is in white instead of green and gray. Not green and gray. It's in green and black instead of white and gray. Here's the side detailing. I painted on all the rock detailing on here except for the arms, where I sculpted his shoulder pads and sculpted his hand pads. His head, which is this exact indirect copy of it. No, it's not indirect copy. It is a copy of it, except I took a lot of inspiration off of him. I'm not taking credit for this whatsoever. For Heatblast, the only thing I didn't get right is the flames, because those were really hard, and plus white and yellow paint are hard to work with. But yeah, I do have a skull right here, based off his, but it's more based off the screenshot references, where it's more like a skull design. Essentially, that's it. Let's move on to Ripjaws. Alright, with Ripjaws, as you can see here, his tail's painted in black. Oh yeah, before I get into that, he is inspired off of JQL figs. I'll link him in the description too, along with Wavy. But these are 2 that I heavily inspired these off of. But yeah, his tail is in black. Then I painted on the green parts with the tail fin. The tail fin and the green stripes, which are sloppily painted. I need to fix this up. Painted on his scales with pavement gray. And his gills in pavement gray. So I'm going to check some pewter gray, silver, and white. More pewter gray for his gills up here. His teeth are outlined in pewter gray and made in with yellow. Eyes are just granite gray, painted on with granite gray and pavement gray. And he has this green light on here. And on the side you have his dorsal fin. On his arms too, his arm spikes, I guess, on the side. Nothing on the back. He does have his black shoulder pad right here. And yeah, it's essentially it for Ripjaws. He's not really that complicated, I mean, the head sculpting was pretty complicated, but I did was. Again, inspired off the Jacob Elfigs. I took a head, barely placed it on, or placed it on, cut off the stud, one of those two. Sculpted around it, gave him his jaw. And then what I did was I sculpted in the teeth. Then I did the upper lip or lower lip, and I extended the lower half a little bit. But other than that, that's basically it for Ripjaws. Let's move on to the conclusion of this video. Alright everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.